Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the best settings for gaming on the HUAWEI MatePad 11.5 PaperMatte. Okay, so I'll show you a few things that we can set before we start the gaming, and a few things that we can set when we are already in the game. So, we have the whole game center, but more about it in a second. First, let's launch the settings. And now let's go into the display and brightness, and let's make sure that when it comes to the refresh rate, it's set on the high or at least the dynamic. Thanks to that, we will have up to 120 Hz refresh rate. When you set this mode on high, we will have up to 120 Hz still whole time, but this mode uses more power. For me, the dynamic mode is like a perfect balance for day-to-day use, but when it comes to the gaming, I suggest you should take the high mode. But when you finish the gaming, you should go back into the dynamic, in my personal opinion. Okay, also you need to have in mind that not each game supports 120 Hz refresh rate. Of course, everything depends on the game. Okay, also, before gaming, we can open up the optimizer. And in here, if you have a possibility, you can click the optimize button. In my case, everything is on 100%, so I cannot optimize anything. But if you have that possibility, you can hit that button before you start gaming. Also, it's good to perform a cleanup. If you have some of the junk files just like me, you can simply clean them up. And thanks to that, our device will work a little bit faster. Also, we can open up the recent apps. And if you had a lot of apps open in the background, they are taking the RAM, and our device might work a little bit slower because we have opened processes in the background. So it's worth and it's good to turn them off before we start a game. Now let's go into the game center, just I was talking about earlier. In here we can download a lot of games. Also, as you open up the library, in here we have all our installed games, and let's open it up. I have downloaded the Asphalt as an example of the game, and also we have the game mode that is built in this device. Let's wait until the game loads, and I'll show you a few things that we can change and how to open the game mode. Okay. Also, when it comes to the graphic settings, you can open up the settings. Remember that not in each game we have the possibility to change them, but I have picked the game in which I can show you that. For example, in the Asphalt game or in games such as PUBG, I don't know, Standoff, Call of Duty Mobile, you should have possibility to change the frame rate. And make sure that it's set on the maximum value. In my case, it's set on the 90, we cannot go higher, that's like the max, and thanks to that we have set the high frame rate, we will have the highest refresh rate and the max FPS possible. When it comes to the advanced settings, in here you can change the graphics, and everything depends on what you want to achieve. Let's say that we want to have the best quality possible during our gameplay, so all we need to do is to simply max out the settings, just like that. Now everything is set on high. Sometimes the game requires restarting, and only then the changes will be applied, but sometimes it's not necessary. Everything will appear on the screen if we need to do something more. Okay, so that are the settings for maximum quality and for the best frame rate. And now let's say that we want to have as many FPS as possible. We want to keep them stable. So all you need to do is to simply go into the lowest graphic settings, and thanks to that we will have the highest FPS possible. So simply select the performance mode, and in here select the lowest settings. Okay, and now in here you can see that if I want to apply those settings, I need to restart the game. But now let's go to the game center that I was talking about. To launch it up, we need to scroll twice from the upside. Let's do it once again, and now our game mode appeared. We can enable the game acceleration for the best performance. Also, it's good to launch the uninterrupted gaming. Thanks to that, the notifications won't pop out on our screen, and they won't distract us. Also, we have the mistouch prevention. So for example, by a misclick, when we slide to the upside, we won't close our game. As you can see, it requires a double slide to close the app. Next thing are the disable knuckle gestures. Thanks to that, we won't launch anything by a misclick. When you click on all features, you can, for example, enable the block incoming calls feature, and they will also won't appear on the screen, and they won't distract us. If you want, you can also disable the 3-finger screenshot. Currently it's also enabled. It's worth turning it on. Also, we can record the screen, take a screenshot, and we can also lock the brightness. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.